Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Imani here. So today I'm going to be showing you my bulletproof base routine for oily skin. I think I have it down to a science now, and I have 4 products that I use in this routine that are key to keeping my face matte for over 6 hours. Today I did a little switch up in that I use a stick foundation, but everything else I kept it the same, so I'm sure that I'm going to have the same result. Don't forget to subscribe, put your bell on for notifications, and if you're an oily skin girly, let's get into the routine. I'm getting ready to go to a Mariva concert. If you guys don't know who Mariva is, she is an amazing indie R&B artist. I absolutely love her. Me and my sister, we love her. So we actually came to DC, I think, last year, and we missed it. So we said we're not gonna miss it again. So I'm getting ready to go there. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have oily skin. I have very oily skin. And I have been perfecting my bulletproof makeup routine for oily skin, where my skin doesn't get super oily for 6+ hours. And I posted 2 videos on this routine on my TikTok, and I was actually able to replicate the 6 hour bulletproof base. Today, I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of experiment where I'm gonna use a stick foundation. Now, with my routine, I usually use a very matte foundation, but today I feel like I want to switch it up and use a stick foundation to see if I could still get it to be bulletproof. I like to start with the Oil Sucker Primer from One Size Beauty. I have to shake this up really well, and I like to put this just in my T-zone, and this is going to really mattify my skin. Today, I'm going to also powder this down with a loose translucent powder just to see if I can make it a little bit more bulletproof, because I know stick foundations are usually not the most matte. So I want to help this along as much as I can. You have to let this primer set for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to do my brows while I let this set. I have really been loving Thread Beauty. They sent me a PR packet like a couple weeks ago, and I've had a chance to play with a lot of their products, and I'm so impressed. And I love how affordable their products are. That's like the biggest thing for me. It is definitely accessible. This is their brow styler. So on one side, it comes with a gel and a little spoolie. And then on the other side, it comes with a pencil. And I have the shade Define It. This is one of my favorite products from them. So as I do my brows, you're going to see that my face is getting white. So that is the primer setting, and actually I can feel my face getting tight. I think that's how you know it's working. It's kind of like sucking out all the oil from your skin. But if you're somebody with oily skin, you don't mind your skin feeling tight. I feel like if you had dry skin, you probably will hate the way that this feels. But for me, it doesn't really feel that bad. Another thing I've been doing is using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer to carve out my brows. I love this cream so much. It's a beautiful, creamy matte concealer, and it carves out my brows so easily and so well. And I use the shade Dark 1 under and over my brows. Just because this is such a good match for my skin tone, I use it on the top. If it wasn't a good match, I wouldn't use it on the top, but I just, look at that. Look at how smooth that was. Can't beat it. I even use this to color correct a little bit. I have a bit of hyperpigmentation. Actually, I'm not going to use this shade to color correct. I'm going to use the darker shade that I have, Cacao, to color correct. Spot color correct. Because what I've noticed is that even my very full coverage foundations, these dark spots are still peeping through. And I'm like, that is so rude. I've been having really bad breakouts. If you're not new, you know my skin used to be blemish free. And I've been having a really bad breakout since like November, and actually it's getting better, so I feel good about that. I still feel a bit insecure about it because I am not used to having blemishes or pimples or anything like that. I don't usually have to spot conceal or color correct, so that's just a little bit more steps in my routine. But I'm coming to terms with it. I feel like my skin has actually gotten a lot better than it was. Like I used to feel so many little pimples like right on my jawline and right in my contour line, but I don't really feel them anymore. So I started on tretinoin because I went to the dermatologist. And I think once I really get the breakouts to stop, then I will go and do like some micro needling, or some other treatments in order to get the hyperpigmentation away and just get my skin back to how it used to be. So I'm not stressing about it. I'm trying not to stress about it too much and just go with the flow, conceal when I feel like I need coverage, and keep it moving. Another thing is I'm really trying to make sure I wash my makeup tools so that I can minimize any bacterial contamination. So that's another thing that I've been doing, like making a better effort at. I'm gonna do a little underpainting. So I'm gonna take the Thread Beauty complexion stick, and this is in the shade 190. I'm gonna put this down first and kind of just blend that out. Usually, stick foundations could be quite dewy, but the finish of this is so matte. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me still try my bulletproof routine using this foundation stick. I think it's gonna still turn out really, really good. So I'm excited to see at the end of the night how my face is gonna look. And I'm really putting it to the test too, because I'm going to that concert and it's quite hot outside actually. I think it's like 80 degrees out there. So this is going to be a really good test. I'm going to do another underpaint and I'm using the Wear Even concealer from Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade 390C. I really, really like this concealer. It's a nice creamy concealer. I like to use it to brighten up my face. It gives really good coverage and it brightens at the same time. I like to use this velour puff to actually blend out the concealer. I just feel like this keeps the coverage and it's quick and easy. I stopped using a beauty sponge maybe like a year ago and I never looked back. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with my foundation shade and this is 170. Okay, so I didn't love how that my concealer was looking from Fenty Beauty, so I'm gonna just go over it with Huda Beauty concealer. This is in the shade Peanut Butter. Then I'm gonna go in with the Fit Me powder foundation in the shade 330 and just set my under eye. And then I've really been loving this Thread Finish It translucent powder, and this is in the shade D. I like to go in with the pressed powder first, and then I'm gonna go over that with this loose powder. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. And for bronzer, Mocha Mami. I've really been enjoying these Rare Beauty blushes. I'm going to go in with Happy, closer to the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to do Thriving, closer under my eye and like the temples. I'm doing a bit of a ombre blush. And I've really been enjoying pink blush lately. Pink and like purple. But they also have like a red and an orange in this. So yeah, this is a matte bouncy blush. So it's a putty consistency, but I love how matte it is. I'm gonna put a little bit of champagne pop highlighter, just a little bit. Becca will always be famous to me, okay? And you could still actually buy Becca through Smashbox. So yeah. I want to line my eyes with a black liquid liner. So I'm going to use one from Wing Beauty. I love how black this is. I'm gonna do a wing, but not too big. A baby wing. Okay, I'm not loving this liner. I don't know what's going on with it. Right, let me use the one from Rare Beauty. Yeah, this one from Rare Beauty is very black. I don't know what happened to the one from Win. When I first got it, it was very black. Yeah, I've had this Rare Beauty one for very long and it's still very nice and black. I don't know what happened to the Win Beauty one. This one is called the Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm gonna just put a little bit of mascara on my eyes. Of course, I'm gonna put falsies on, but I kind of just want to make sure that they blend really well with the falsies. So I'm using this Thread Beauty mascara. I really like it. I feel like it separates your lashes. It's a great drugstore mascara, and especially if you pair it with a lash primer, I think it's really good. I got my favorite lashes from Lily Lashes in the self-adhesive version. This is Mykonos, and I knew I wanted some big lashes for this look, so let's put them on together. What I love about these self-adhesive lashes is that you don't need any glue. The technology is that it's body heat activated, and you just take it out of the pack and you press it into your skin. That's all you need. I know I wanted some really dramatic lashes for this look, so Mykonos was the perfect pair. I kind of call these bridal lashes because they're so big and fluffy. These are foaming, but if you know anything about Mykonos, they are very, very dramatic lash. This is one of my favorite lash styles from Lily Lashes, so I love they also brought it out in the self-adhesive version because that makes it even more easy to wear. I think it took me less than a minute to do both eyes. What I've been doing lately is using the Hella Extra Lash Primer from Fenty Beauty, and I've been using brown mascara on my bottom lash line just so that it's not that harsh. But I think today I want to use black just so I could balance out, the top and the bottom. The top is so heavy with Mykonos. I feel like I need black mascara on the bottom as well. So I'm gonna go in with this Jones Road mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. I love the brush. It has a curved brush, so it just coats every lash so perfectly. So if mascara ever gets on your face while you're doing your makeup, just let it dry, and then you're gonna take a spoolie and just scrape it off. If you touch it now, it's gonna mess up your whole makeup. I know the urge to touch it now is strong, but resist. Resist. Okay, now you could just take a spoolie and gently rub it off. I'm gonna go back over it with my blush. Then I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Color Foundation, and this was in the shade 450. And this goes all over my face. This is gonna blend everything together. I'm still contemplating if I want to do a red lip. I kind of wanted to do a red lip, but I don't know. Now I'm gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And you have to let this dry all the way down. I'm even gonna just press it into my skin. I decided to do the red lip, so I'm gonna do Cafe Tuba from Amico Lay as the liner. So we're gonna do a Boss Lady from the lip bar. I haven't done a red lip in so long. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this. The makeup is done. I'm in love with it. I'm going to get dressed to go to the concert, and I'll probably insert some clips at the end so that you guys can see what I ended up wearing. But I'm going to go to my sister's house and also do her makeup. So I need to take Wallsucker primer from One Size, Huda, Easy Bake, Charlotte Tilbury, this is not in the right bottle, and L'Oreal Infallible. These four products is what is really gonna make the base bulletproof. So I want to do something similar for her. So I'm gonna take these to her house. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you try this routine. I feel like the stick foundation is gonna hold up, but you know what? I'll come back at the end of the night just to check in so that we could see how it looks. But I feel right now it looks really matte, really nice. If you have oily skin, definitely save this video, try it out, let me know what you think after you've tried it. Share it with somebody who has been looking for a bulletproof base routine. They are not going to regret it, I know it. And if you don't want to use stick foundation, just use the most matte foundation you have and you're going to be a-okay. I'll come back and show you guys how my makeup is looking at the end of the night. I'm back from the concert. It was amazing. The face is still sitting. I got a little greasy on the cheeks and on the forehead, but it's nothing to talk about. I did sweat a little bit. This would be my first blush of the night. My bulletproof routine works no matter the foundation. This time I use a foundation stick and still looks flawless. I'm so impressed with this routine. Let me know if you guys have tried something like this or if you plan to try it. And without further ado, I hope you have a good night. Bye.